YouTube, what's good, you guys? Gniady back here with another video, and today I'm gonna be going over the best abilities for every position inside of Madden 24 Ultimate Team. So let's go ahead and hop into it. And because of this, you guys now get to see my team a little bit too. This is my offense right now. We'll hop into the defense eventually. But this is my team right now. We do have a 25 Bears theme team and 25 Rams theme team. So all of my players that are either a Ram or a Bear, which is basically all of them, do get +1 speed. So at this point of the year, getting any plus speed, especially +1 speed, is really good. We might be getting a little bit closer to the time where true 50-50 teams are becoming more of a reality. For the most part, like, it's already hard enough to get 25. So the 50 is still a little bit far away, but let's actually hop into this as we go through it. Of course, the most important position on offense and probably in the game is your quarterback. So taking a look, in my opinion, personally, these are the most important abilities. So Hot Route Master, I have over Set Feet Lead, and he even gets Fearless, but Fearless at 4 AP is kind of insane. You get Set Feet Lead as well. QB Playmaker, not good. This isn't old gen, right? Or old, yeah, current gen, like whatever you want to call it. If we want to still call this next gen, that's fine. But current gen, this QB Playmaker used to be really good. Not anymore, right? You kind of just put a Zig out on the field. It's basically you do the same thing. So Set Feet Lead is a good ability. I would be using this ability over Gunslinger if I could also get Hot Route Master with it as well. But because I can't, I'm currently using Hot Route Master instead. I just think it's so good. Getting those posts and corners towards the sideline are my best man beating routes. Man is the meta right now. A lot of people are running man. I run a lot of man currently. You can switch it up with zone, of course, but I do run a lot of man, and it beats the man and the zones, right? It gets in those little zones. People set 30 flats and stuff like that to really get back in those deep zones, and you can throw some nice corner routes that get over those 30 flats. So having that understanding is pretty good. But Hot Route Master, I think, is a must-have on your quarterback. Joe Montana gets Hot Route Master, Kurt Warner gets Hot Route Master, and I think Troy Aikman as well does get Hot Route Master. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at the quarterbacks. I think those might be the only threes right now that get it. But really, really important ability. I think, in my opinion, might be the most important ability next to Gunslinger. Gunslinger makes it so your quarterback throws... his release is quicker, and he also has a little bit more velocity behind his passes. Nothing insane. Like Set Feet Lead is a huge jump. Like, you'll see the huge jump. But that just quicker release and has a little bit more velocity, I think, is really good just from Gunslinger alone. Roaming Deadeye is all right. Nothing crazy. Inside Deadeye, nothing crazy. So these are not really super important abilities for a quarterback, but Gunslinger and Hot Route Master right now are the two best abilities. If you can get Set Feet Lead on Hot Route Master, which I don't think any quarterback does right now, those would be the best set right now. But right now, as it stands, Gunslinger and Hot Route Master are the two abilities you want to stack on your quarterback. Now we going over to Gift Wrapped right here. It's in the first ability of basically every single quarterback. Gift Wrap is super duper important. This year, guys drop wide open passes all the time, especially running backs and tight ends. For some reason, they drop it a lot more. I think they wanted to give this ability a reason to be in the game. But especially high balls, even just normal passes that are wide open, free-forming, high balls, you guys are going to drop them a lot more this year if you do not have Gift Wrapped in your quarterback. As you can see, higher chance to complete passes to uncover targets. So dudes will be wide open and drop the ball just because you don't have Gift Wrapped. It's kind of a weird thing they added this year, but it is necessary. It is 1 AP. So I spend currently 6 AP on my quarterback, leaving 1 AP on my whoever I want. Right now I have it on Alvin Kamara, who I have hiding in my specialist. We actually take a look at specialist right now because running back is the next position I want to go over in this video. So as far as running backs go, Jukebox, I think it's really the only thing you should ever have on your running back is Jukebox. And if you don't have Hot Route Master or something like that, then running back Apprentice is also a really good one to have. So these two are the only two I would recommend having on your running back if you have anything at all. But like I said, if you have Hot Route Master, there's not really a need. And if you're running the same stack I am, you wouldn't have enough AP to have Jukebox or any of these other abilities anyways. I just threw Balance Beam on him for the heck of it, so I avoid stumbling, because sometimes, you know, a guy will be on the ground and you kind of fall over him even though you have a lot of space in front of you. So that's the only reason I put Balance Beam on him. He gets the ball a lot, so that's all I'm going to say about running backs. Nothing super insane as far as that goes. Now, taking a look at wide receivers, of course, Isaac Bruce is who we'll be using for this example, but you can open up this 4 slot if you wanted to. But as far as it goes, deep in elite, deep out elite, you can go and do those 3 AP though. It's not really worth spending. And like I said, you're not really going to have that much ability space to spend. So 2 AP abilities are what you're going to want. Outside apprentice, I would say you can get if you can't get hot rod master. If you have just wide receiver apprentice, which I don't see it here, wide receiver apprentice is the best one overall, but outside apprentice you can use. If like, for example, if he's always in your slot, then you want to get solid apprentice. So having the understanding of where wide receivers are on the field, depending on what set you might run, is important to understand while you're going through this. Then outside apprentice, of course, is, like I said, so wide receiver apprentice or slot or outside apprentice are the 3 different abilities I would say. Deep in elite, deep out elite, if you have 3 AP open to spend on that, then, you know, go ahead. But I think that slot apps and deep apps are really, really important, or wide receiver apps, like I said. So I went over that a lot, but for wide receivers, those are what you want. Now, tight end is going to be the super short one, but I would say either matchup nightmare or red zone threat. I don't see red zone threat here, but either matchup nightmare or red zone threat are the 2 I would put on your tight end. You could put a tight end apprentice on him if you had it. I don't think it's really necessary, but I would say matchup nightmare or red zone threat. That way you can kind of just chuck it up to him like close to the goal line, stuff like that, when he's on a linebacker or something like that. Get your dunks in, right? High balling near the end zone is super overpowered. Still this year, it was last year especially. But if you're going to put anything on your tight end, that's what I recommend. And that's all I have for tight ends. As far as offensive linemen go, I don't have high offensive linemen, so I can't really look at abilities. But if you're going to put anything on your lineman, I would say for your left or right tackle, put edge protector on them. And for your center, maybe identifier or something like that to see what your opponent is using. But besides that, I wouldn't really touch your line as much as abilities go. And that's going to do it for the offensive side of the ball. Let's hop over the defensive side of the ball. Taking a look at defense, as far as defense goes, before I even hop into any of this, I'll just do a quick look over these different positions that I don't want to touch too much on. But as far as middle linebacker, outside linebackers go, and your defensive line, as far as the middle linebackers go, the only thing I would ever put on them is some sort of lurker or something like that to use for your different guys, right? If they want to be, if you want them to play over safeties, right? I don't really have any. I don't have a single linebacker on the field. Khalil Mack, if you want to count Khalil Mack, he comes in and replaces Montez Sweat, but he's going to be an edge rusher for me. So, right, he's never going to be in coverage, so that's not really a necessity. But as far as that goes, I would say Khalil Mack, he's going to come off the edge. But if you want to have a lurker out there, if you really, really badly want a linebacker and to be on your field, you must put lurker on them if you want to be successful at a high level in Madden, because when they're out in coverage, if they're not able to go up and get that ball like a cornerback or a safety would, it's going to put you at a real disadvantage. So linebackers, I wish they would like somehow buff them or something like that. But still, year after year, since like Madden 18 or something, the linebackers have been really bad since they've gotten that part of their game taken away where they can jump up and get a ball just like a safety or corner could. But I get it, it's a little bit realistic. At the same time, it kind of just takes away the ability to use linebackers and stuff like that. So I think it's a little bit, bad for the game, but at the same time, I understand it. Now, taking a look at the defensive line over this, if you want to go like edge threats or something like that, or reach elite, you could do that, but I don't really see a necessity for anything. El Toro's pretty good. Goal line stuff, run stopper are all fine. Double or nothings, if they have that, double or nothing is pretty good. But as far as that, I wouldn't really touch your guys right there. Strip specialist is not that important. Extra credit, unpredictable. Maybe even unpredictable if you want. But overall, I would stay away from your D-line unless you're a super like mega blitzer, or you're someone who doesn't send a blitz and you want to somehow create pressure. I wouldn't rely on abilities. I would say go out and try to like actually send some blitzes that gets you free. Not worrying about hoping that your abilities get you free from sending pressure, because it's definitely hard, especially if they have a good offensive line. Now let's go ahead and hop in what you guys are looking for defense, and that's corners and safeties. Hopping into Jalen Johnson, what I got on him. I have pick artists on him. Lurker, never ever put a lurker on your cornerback or safety. They already have built-in lurker. It's just a waste of AP. But pick artist or acrobat, pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to take off acrobat off of Aqib Talib, which we can touch if you want, but because I have not seen him animate one time using acrobat, so I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or if the ability doesn't work how it used to. But it's pretty annoying because he'll be in spots where in previous years he would easily animate and have an acrobat animation, but he hasn't done that at all. As far as zone KOs go, You have to also, going back to like what I said about the offensive guys, you have to understand where your guys are on the field if you're going to put a zone KO out on the field, right? So deep end zone KO, mid zone KO, and flat zone KO. These are guys, so understanding whether they're going to be deep, right, in the middle of the field, or flat in the zone. So for example, I know Jalen Johnson is going to be deep at all times whenever he's in a zone, right? Because I run a lot of cover 3, cover 2. Cover 2, he'll be on a flat area, right? But in cover 3, he's always going to be deep. So I would most likely put deep in zone KO on him. He doesn't have deep out zone KO, so that's a little bit annoying. So if he does kind of go in towards the middle of the field, it'll knock it out. But zone KOs are pretty good, I would say. I'd say if you went with a zone KO or a man, like a normal man KO or pick artist, you wouldn't be going wrong either way. So as far as it goes, either a picking ability or a KO ability on one of your corners or safeties, I would say is what you want to do if you want to be successful at a high level. These are the abilities I would use for corners and safeties. It applies to both a pick ability or a zone KO, or even a man KO as well. By the way, if you guys made this far in the video, I appreciate all the support you guys have been showing. I've been loving doing this stuff. Madden 24 is finally getting fun for me. I'm starting to get good at it, understand it a lot more, and I really appreciate all you guys' support. So I just want to say this, like, subscribe if you guys are enjoying. It will help me out tremendously. And let's hop into the last position. So the last position I want to touch on that I didn't really get to touch on too much was your D tackle. If you're going to have anything on your D tackle, which I think is honestly understandable, for some people I think it's not like super important, but if you are gonna have anything, I would say inside stuff is what I would put on your D tackle. If you're gonna do anything, like I said, inside stuff is really good. Interior threats, okay. Nothing crazy a lot of the time, especially when I'm only sending, actually that's not true, I send like 6 a good amount of the time, but if you're only sending 3, interior threat is not going to be that great, because you're going to be getting doubled a lot, because only one guy's going up the middle and 2 guys around the edge, so that's going to leave a lot of room for you to potentially get doubled at your D tackle position. In that case, I would say they can do double or nothing. That's a pretty good one to do. Has a higher chance of getting a block shot or something like that to get Aaron Donald through. Inside stuff, like I said, or no outsiders, depending on where he is. No outsiders if he's on the end. Inside stuff, he's at your D tackle position, of course. And that's as far as it goes, guys. That's all I have on this video as far as abilities go. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, comment down what you guys want to see. What else you guys thought about this video, if you guys want to see some gameplays and stuff like that. Also, let me know what you guys think of the shirt. Looney Tunes, yes sir, just got this shirt not too long ago. But I do, like I said and previously, I do really appreciate you guys' support. It means so much to me, and I'm on the grind. I've been uploading shorts and stuff like that. And yeah, I've been enjoying Madden a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Best one, I was the best one. You thinking way back, you should have kept them. You always question all of my methods. I try to hold you down. I just want you. Got a hit. I swear that you don't check your phone. I be pulling in the coupe on my own.